Hey guys, good afternoon. We have Sonia joining in today, and Sonia is a passionate HR person who transformed into coaching, then mentoring, then she is also passionate about piloting, flying planes and Kathak. So it's a khichdi combination of passion. I've seen a lot of people getting into, I mean, from HR getting into coaching and mentoring people, but there are very few people who actually do it real great, who have great fan following and who really make sense when they talk. So Sonaji, how did you start this particular passion after working with the CEOs, corporates, leaders with different mentalities? How did you decide to get into counseling and getting into coaching and mental health?
First of all, thank you so much, Ravi, for getting me here. Feels like a great honor. I almost felt like I'm sitting on the hot seat. So, thank you for making me feel so important. And I personally love what you guys are doing. So, on that note, what am I doing? I'm doing my bit of what I was always doing. I think I just put a formal cap to it. Counseling, mentoring, or doing things the right way. I think right from school, college, my folks in my circle always used to fall back on me. Okay, what is to be done? How to do it? And there used to be always this thing around. Okay, whatever she says works.
Okay.
So I just took that ahead. I think personally, I also cannot see things going wrong. I always like to strive for it, stand up for it. So I think it just made absolute sense for me to align all of it and formally start coaching. I just feel that after doing it, I realized that it takes a lot from you than from the coachee when you start interacting, when you start helping people. But I think these times need it, and I'm glad I'm able to do my bit.
That's really nice. What you mentioned about you don't want. I mean, you really don't like seeing things going wrong in an organization. 95% of the people I've seen, they are like, "Chhodna, I mean, this is not our job. Chhodna, log kya kahenge? What would others think and all that." And there are only few people, few employees who actually raise their voice out saying that, "Hey, this is going wrong," or we can do this in a better way going forward. So yeah, that's a nice thinking. So you are in that particular bucket of people who really think about the organization, rather than log kya kahenge.
No, I think not just organization. I've been fortunate. Whenever I've stood up for what is right, people around me have supported it. Uh, my husband has been privy to a lot of times what you're saying. He gets into it saying, okay, now one more, what are we getting into? But I think there are people in my support system who stand up for it, who know that if I'm going after a wrong, it is because there is a value system that I'm following, and I mean it. It's not just because I have to do it. And it's the good part is I always encounter things going wrong, so I get more of it to practice. So yeah.
Good one. So how about this passion of Kathak and pilot, being a pilot? ये कब शुरू हुआ?
ये बहुत पहले शुरू हुआ. I've had a childhood with my grandparents who believed in, like you said, khichdi. They thought I should try to do everything. Now, I think there's a difference when parents chase dreams. They want their child to be good in studies and a particular way. When I was growing up as a child, I think one value system that I inculcated was try everything. There's just one life. And I feel that has given me such a diverse perspective towards life. Um, I did my NCC 3 years of college, and then I was in air wing. You have to do your number of flights to go solo. I went solo and flew. And what is interesting is I had fear of heights. I'm still scared of it. I really don't know how I flew the plane. But yes, I aced it. I sort of got that fear out of the window when I was flying. My squadron leader, Wing Commander Daulata, I still remember, who was sitting beside me. He said, "What if I ask you to jump right now?" And inside, I think I sweated some zillion times to say, "Please don't tell me this. I'm as it is trying to balance it too hard." But I think that told me that nothing else is needed. It gives you so much energy. Dance, of course, that was part of my school life. I attended classes every day. I learned it for 12 years. Um, Sometimes when I reflect back, I feel I have left it behind. I haven't practiced it for a lot of years. But I feel that taught me the art of balancing, the art of expression, the clarity of communication, because I don't need words all the time to express.
So can you make those expressions without heavy makeup? Like Kathak is more of completely painted face, and without the paint, can you make those expressions?
Of course, you can. It is all about, I'll tell you mudras first, since we are talking about passion. Pataka, Tri Pataka, Arth Pataka, Kartari Mukh Mayur. And then it is all about how flexible your eyes are or your hands are.
Wow. What about your eyes? आपके eyes बहुत छोटे छोटे हैं. So were you able to manage with your expressions, whichever is related to your eyes?
Yeah, I think I have a more Asia Pacific look. I don't have a typical Indian look. I think thanks to my parents, they've got me cosmopolitan looks. But yeah, the eyes are pretty chinky. And whenever I had to perform, they had to put a lot of eye makeup for me so that, my eyes really show out. And even now, if I did do theater a couple of times at work, I was doing theater. So I tried to use specs. I was seeing a couple of times. Even now, I have specs right next to me because I want to make sure that my eyes are not showing as if I'm half asleep or things like that. So yeah.
Yeah, good one. So various passions, and it always gives that comfort level कि ये मैंने कर दिखाया है. I mean that's the whole idea of sustaining your passion.
Yeah.
End of the day, you have things to talk about rather than just saying that I was working, I was an employee, so I was just going to office and I was coming back. So
Yeah.
good, nice to know you. So we have some rapid fire questions to understand you well and see how you're performing. You've done a lot of coaching and mentoring for leaders. CEOs को भी भगाया होगा, उनको stand up on the bench किया होगा. But अभी now let's see how you perform with these rapid fire questions.
So, matlab, the intention is to have a torture interview, stress interview for me. Chalo, okay, let's see.
Let's face it.
Let's face it.
Yeah. What's invisible but you wish people could see?
I think truth.
Truth.
I would love for people to be able to see what is right without being told. I hate it when you have to justify truth all the time.
Good one. That was spontaneous. Take a secret. What's the best Wi-Fi name you've seen?
Best Wi-Fi name?
Yeah.
Samosa.
Samosa.
I saw it just a couple of days back, and it popped, and I was like, wow. Incidentally, samosa is my favorite. And I was like, this is interesting. We should try and do something like this.
At least lockdown ke time mein, this is something which you can share with your neighbors, being isolated, and at least share that, okay, aaj ye bana hua hai. So just change your Wi-Fi name to the snack which is getting prepared today at home.
नहीं, अब तो मतलब यही है ना, cooking. Because I got ready today for your show, it made me feel like as if I'm going back 3 months. So thank you for making me feel that good. Otherwise, it's all like, okay, what are we cooking today and what are we seeing today? I mean, beyond that, we've really come down to those things. Yeah.
Okay. Next question. What would be the worst buy one, get one free sale of all time?
What would be the worst?
Worst, yeah.
So, I'm not fond of those junk foods, and anytime it comes up on buy one get one, because I know there are consumers in my house as well of it. I feel they should never do that. Buy one get one.
Okay. So anything which you've seen which is like was real worst product that was available on the
I
shelf?
don't think so.
No.
I feel when you try some things work out, some things don't.
Mhm.
So
Okay. If somebody sees this particular interview and comes up to you, Sonia ji, we want to become your apprentice and want to learn from you, what would you teach them?
it depends. What are they? I think first and foremost is to establish clarity around what are they coming to learn for. See, a world is full of coming and saying, "Oh, I would love to learn from you," and how can I? Those are sentences. If there is clarity, if you come to me tomorrow and say, "I want to learn," I'm sure you will know what you want to learn, or I'll help you discover that. So I think my first conversation would be around what are the areas that you want to unfurl for yourself, and I'm absolutely committed. But the real challenge for an individual, not only in this time, is they don't know what are they looking for. Some of
Mhm.
the things are socially influenced, some of the things are peer influenced,
Right.
and some of the things are, just because uh, the whole world thinks an X person should do it, I should also do it.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think I'll spend time knowing what does that person need first.
Yeah. So assuming that they want a combination of HR, mentoring, coaching, then Kathak and glider piloting. So
So first I'll tell them कि भैया 24 घंटे में 10 घंटे सोने से नहीं चलेगा. You should be ready to multitask all the times. You should be ready to take that stress. You should be ready for having a schedule which is erratic all the time on the go, because I feel that is also my style. I can't do one thing at a time. So if people are not okay with it, then I don't think I worked it. Not everybody, some of my friends are not okay with it. They tell me all the time that I'm going to burn out. But I feel if I do one thing, it hurts me even more, because my other areas are unattended. तो to your question, किसी को 5 चीजें करनी है, of course, but
but
then
उतना एक मेहनत
my
भी करना
style,
पड़ेगा.
my schedule.
What's your
थोड़ा
biggest?
टाइट है, but it's okay.
It's okay. What's your biggest blunder in the kitchen?
What's my biggest blunder? I think I can never forget it. One of the early years, I was trying to fry a puri and I put my hand in the oil instead of puri. Um, what happened to my hand is history, but that fear psychosis,
Right.
uh, I think it's 15, 16 years now. I haven't forgotten. So every single time I get into that zone, I remember that experience. Yeah, that was quite, but that doesn't mean I'm that bad in kitchen.
Yeah, कुछ ज़्यादा ही
Just setting the
मतलब ये
context.
होता है whenever you have I mean my wife did that आप पूरी मतलब oil में हाथ डाले she put her fingers in the mixie when it was running so yeah I know so yeah
I'm
पति के
gonna
बारे में
okay,
ज़्यादा
but I
whenever
feel
you
so much
think
company right now.
when you see extreme cases you feel okay comfortable yeah पति के बारे में ज़्यादा सोचना नहीं चाहिए I think things are okay don't put stuff in oil and mixie so that's what I told my wife.
Got it.
What is the craziest thing one of your teachers have done?
What is the craziest thing? I don't. I think I cannot call it crazy, but we had 25 years reunion of my school a couple of months back. Um, I think the sweetest and the loveliest moments were those when we met all our teachers, most of them who came. They sang for us, they spoke to us, and they saw most of us going places. Um, And I know my class teacher, my fifth standard class teacher, she sang for us. She sang the song Ajeeb Dasta Hai Ye. I have it with me, but I feel that memory of all of them talking to us as a group is still very warm in my heart.
This is very unique because your reunions, half the time, most of them don't turn up, at least 80% when they turn up. I mean, this is like next level. Your teachers are also there. And the third
Yeah.
level is like they're also singing for you. I mean, they're also
Yeah,
participating and singing for you.
absolutely.
So I think,
I have a great set of brilliant classmates who made that happen, and I'm really very proud of that group.
okay, you want to name them?
No,
No?
it's the batch of '94. All of us are rock stars.
Cool, super. What ridiculous things have someone tricked you into, or you did it on somebody?
I don't play tricks.
No.
I don't like playing tricks.
Then it should be
I
the other
don't
way
think it's
around.
a way of life. If I feel I'm getting tricked, my go-to person is my husband. Uh, I mess up and then I request him to help me out. And then I also question him on why he did it. So really, my way or highway. But I don't think I've really gotten into that. Maybe that's not
Nobody
something.
ever dared to trick you because you start questioning after that. So I think
No, I have got tricked in a lot of in a lot of ways by a lot of people, but I feel I've been able to come out of it. I take time uh,
but yeah.
uh, to recover, but I've been able to come out of it. Yeah.
So best childhood memories. How was Sonia during childhood?
How was I? I think I was very responsible. I was still doing a lot of things in my childhood, like I said. Um, I have great memories. Like I said, I grew up with my grandparents, so I also tagged along with them whenever they traveled or wherever they went. So um, I had a couple of outside India trips early in my childhood, and I have great memories of those US trips. I've had great set of friends in my school and my college. My school classmate who also did college with me, we are still in touch. We are mothers now, and so I think, yeah, all in all, I have some great memories to look back to. And great people to also talk to. It's great that all of us are still connected.
What is that one lie you tried making during your childhood which didn't work out?
I think I got less marks, and I kept telling that I haven't got my report card. I did it for 5 days. Sixth day, I was caught because I kept telling the teacher's absent and the report card is not coming and stuff like that. The sixth day, my bag got frisked and it came out. Looking back, it was, I think I had got 85% instead of 90, and I was tricking it.
Okay.
Today, when I think of it, I was like, why was I even doing it? What was the psyche behind it? But yeah, that was it. I did get caught.
Most notorious thing you've done?
Most notorious thing. I've
Maybe
been a
whether
foodie
school or
as a
college.
child. I've finished ice creams. I think once there used to be the ice cream tray in the fridge, and got up in the night, cleaned it off, polished it off, and got up in the morning and said, "Oh, by the way, uh, I don't know, there is no ice cream and stuff." So, yeah.
What would be your perfect Sunday like? I mean, apart from like coming live on such meetings, and before pandemic, let's not talk about now, but earlier.
I think my perfect thing comes from anything that is planned. That is where I feel we are poles apart with respect to my partner. But this question should be for him because he can make plans at the drop of a hat. I cannot. I struggle at it. I need to have like a schedule saying, okay, morning we'll do this and afternoon we'll do this. I think that's a flaw also that I see in myself. But my perfect thought is, of course, spending time with family, doing anything. I'm not too keen to sort of go out before pandemic, also after pandemic. Also, it drains me out. But yes, I like good conversations. I like good digital content. I like playing games. I like music. Old Bollywood numbers really make me happy.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, what are the childhood games that you played in your childhood which are not available now?
Pittu.
What is that?
Pittu it is called. So what you do is, it must be called something else, but you put stones, 7 stones, one above the other, and you get a ball.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
need to, yeah. So
Seven stones or something. It's called.
7 stones now. We used to call it pittu. So that there used to be the stapu, which is like you throw a stone, you take 5 hops, and you get inside. There used to be we used to also play games as a team. I don't see that much kabaddi, kho and shot put, because in our games period in school also we were supposed to play these games.
Yeah.
I've done rifle shooting as part of NCC. वो भी, if you put it under games, मतलब that is also something that is not. I don't see Scout and Guide and NCC being practiced that
religious.
Aggressively. Yeah, I haven't seen that too much. So that made the physical aspect really good for us.
दावा दुबी याद है, मतलब you throw the ball, hit somebody else.
हाँ, बहुत बड़ी है. बहुत बड़ी है. मतलब मोटे लोगों को भागने में भी टाइम लगता है ना थोड़ा सा.
Dawadubi, and we had this game in the school. I mean, it was not an official game. I don't know what is it called, but you basically, bend down, and the other person basically jumps from you, hops on you, and then he goes forward, and then he bends down. So एक दूसरे के ऊपर ऐसे, like there are a team of 10 people who are like bent down, and you hop on each other. I don't know what is it called.
We played Poshampa. I saw a series now in Z5 by that name. So you sort of make two people trying to hold hands, and then there's a train that goes, a train of people who go down underneath. So yeah, I wonder if kids today will be able to relate to even what I'm saying.
I know, yeah. उनको सिखाना पड़ेगा, दिखाना पड़ेगा कैसा करना है, so या खुद खेलना पड़ेगा. Yeah, I think we have to play with them once, and then they will get used to it. So last question, what was the last photograph you took?
Last photograph was with my daughter for college assignment, where she had to submit a picture with her mom because she had called me the detergent. I'm reading it out. She said, my mom is the detergent to my washing machine, as she cleanses all my negative thoughts and fills me with positivity.
Any brand specification? Ariel या Surf Excel ऐसा दाग मिट जाएगा?
पता नहीं, मतलब if Ariel is going to pay me endorsement fees, I don't mind saying Ariel. Otherwise, I would rather say it's a brand Sehgal.
Brand Sehgal, yeah.
Brand Sehgal. So
good one. So now with this experience, you've worked with leaders, you've worked with CEOs, you've been coaching, you've been mentoring a lot of people. You're also a pilot, and cultural. You have cultural aspect to yourself with Kathak. So what would you do when you become the chief minister? What are the areas you would focus on?
I think one of the things that I feel, while all the areas that you mentioned are in progress, I'm sure people are working towards it. Mental health and mental well-being, in addition to physical well-being, is something that really needs to take a big leap in our place. First and foremost, the line that I tell everyone, it's okay to be not okay. I think just the acceptance of this line is something that is so needed by all of us in the society. So I would like to work in that area. I would like to make the mental conversations, the mental well-being conversations far more accessible, easy, and acceptable. I feel today it still sits in particular pockets. Something happens, and then all over the place we keep talking, oh, let's do this and let's do this. But the stress today, I don't know how many of us are. I've been talking to some of the students. Um, there is so much stress and anxiety around what is going to happen to college. Will I ever see the face of the college? Folks who haven't got placed, uh, uh, women who are at home, homemakers, they are sort of taking care of the house, haven't stepped out of the house. I know we are calling it pandemic, but please realize that the mental well-being is a larger cause, and we need to be thinking about it. We need to be talking about it. We need to be open about it. I mean, it's not like, okay, your weight should be so much and your height should be so much, and then anxiety and depression will come and touch you. No, it can happen to anyone and for no reason. Help the other person, talk about it, and walk out of it.
So how do you do that, and what are the tips for somebody? I mean, this is what I've asked a couple of guests who've spoken about this particular topic earlier also. What are the couple of steps we take in our day-to-day life so that we don't get stressed, or we don't get into anxiety part of it?
I know I will probably be reiterating what everyone would say: be positive, think positive, meditate, do all that. But to me, what matters is what happens when you see someone who's possibly not positive. Then the gyan around ki acha socho, acha hoga doesn't work. I mean, if you're seeing someone who's unwell, who's mentally unwell, then please reach out and provide a platform to talk. The person needs to vent out. The person needs to be understood.
True.
All right. And when that happens, you will direct the person towards thinking. The maximum cases when you go and see is when people don't have an outlet to talk. And then they start into, okay, maybe this is wrong, I could have done that, right? So all said and done, okay, we should do everything. We should keep ourselves healthy, we should eat right, sleep right, exercise right, do everything. But if apart from all that something touches you or your loved ones, please understand, please talk, allow the person to express.
True.
And then there are enough and more channels which you can approach to see what is needed. But I feel this should be made mandatory for families and people to understand that, what if a person is perpetually negative? What do you do about it? I mean, sorry not to put you on spot, but I can't say, okay, tum negative ho, go and see WurkTV. It might help that person, but there is a larger cause behind what that person is experiencing. So you and me as people have to accept it.
Right. And sit and talk to him, basically. Understand what his opinion is. Why is he reacting this way?
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think most of the reasons why they react or do abnormal things is because कोई सुन नहीं रहा, and yeah.
और सुन रहा है तो सिर्फ ज्ञान दे रहा है. क्या करना चाहिए? अरे, if you see this, then negative thoughts will come. If you sit alone, then negative thoughts will come. I know. The person also knows, but the person is fighting from inside. Don't add more to it saying, oh, you are unable, you are incapable, that's why this is happening to you. Please help that person.
Good point. So, any magic mantra you're doing, differently, where they can approach you and with your smile and your experience and all that, where they completely eases out and starts expressing their issues with you? Any
There's no
success?
magic mantra, Ravi. I wish I had that. I would have loved to spell it on everyone, but people do reach out, and like I said, it begins from listening.
Hmm.
Most of the cases, and when we talk, it is a combination of mentoring, counseling, and coaching. Most of the people come to you because they want to be heard.
Yes.
In real life, that is where we have reached, heard from their point of view, heard without being judged, and heard and I don't think they need a direction because they know the direction, and that's where coaching steps in, because coaching is not about telling what to do, it is helping the person find the way.
Hmm. Yeah.
People who come to me, I think, always know the answers. They're just waiting for to be heard and
Somebody reiterating the same thing.
yeah,
Yeah,
reiterating,
whatever you're
validation.
right.
That's
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
validation. Nice. Okay, some any funny incidents where मेरी girlfriend बात नहीं कर रही, that is stressing me out.
Huh? What people write to me saying, okay, I'm confused between different streams and this degree, and ये करूँगा तो what will be the package I will get, and if I do this, can you confirm so that I can choose my stream accordingly?
Hmm.
So yeah, and can you write down on an email that this is the package I will get, so that after 4 years I can come and ask
That's
you
too
if I
much, right?
yeah, absolutely. So that's quite a lot of fun. I've also heard from people that I want to get mentored, and mentored around what?
Hmm.
कुछ भी. So that is pretty interesting कि चलो मतलब because you want to add that I'm getting mentored, मतलब
Entered by
क्या
so
करना
and
है
so.
कुछ भी. So that is pretty interesting. But apart from this, there are people who also come and teach me a lot.
Hmm.
Because when you get into a conversation, you are not just mentoring or coaching. I think you are getting coached as well.
True. Yeah.
So
Always a new
I
learning.
think,
With every
yeah,
new
it's a
person,
two-way
it's a new
street.
learning.
Yeah.
Nice. So, this is also a new learning for me. So, so many new friends, so many
Yeah.
different mentalities, and,
So,
their thought process is different. Every person has a different way of expressing things.
right, right. Interesting. I like what you're doing as well, because you're bringing a lot of different personalities and providing them a platform. See, and I was watching some of the episodes, like the home bakers and the entrepreneurs, even some of the kids who came up.
Yeah.
I'm sure you filled them with so much motivation and encouragement to do more.
Yeah. Kids was more because of the confidence. I still feel like if you ask me, my younger one can just rock it. You just tell him, you ask that, okay, Ash, are you ready for rapid fire? वो आके बैठ जाएगा. My elder one cannot face it. So I feel, there are still a good percentage of kids who cannot face the society, who cannot matlab, answer back if there are guests coming in, who cannot go confidently say, hey uncle, how are you? So this is one platform where we are trying to build that confidence, saying that I am doing a live show, get excited about it, perform well, and also express themselves, because some of these questions, their parents, some of the answers which they gave during their rapid fire, their parents were not aware of their choices. So some of these things come up. So that's the way we formulated the kids section.
No, it's very interesting, and keep up the good work. It's really influencing the society in the most positive way, and especially in these times.
Yeah. So खाली है तो कुछ तो करेंगे. But nice having a good conversation with you, Sonia. And what you're doing is great, because a lot of people plan to retire, especially women. After they quit the corporate life, they say, बस बहुत काम कर लिया, ठीक है, 20 years is good experience. अब बच्चों को संभालेंगे and all that. Very few people try to continue with their hobbies, but उसमें there are few who actually try to give back to the society.
You
So
know, I would definitely like to call out. I did not always knew that I'm going to be a corporate woman.
hmm,
While I did a lot of things, uh, my marriage to my husband Ajay and getting into a family of defense background, people who were open to the idea. So I would say it worked in reverse.
hmm,
He was the one who always pushed me to have a career. And in the beginning, in the early years, I used to fret. What am I getting into? Why am I doing so much?
hmm.
And we've had our also my father-in-law a lot of times, and we were having this discussion a couple of days back as well. He always used to say that cooking is not what is needed from you.
Yeah.
I would want you to have a career. So I those positive reinforcements every time I needed to make a career, every time I had to make those tough choices, I had backing. And I think that support system really sort of, and it has continued. I
Hmm.
feel my husband's support has now turned into my daughter's a reinforcement. There are times when I fall back to her. Even today, before coming on the show, I was like, hey, what do I, how do I look? What do I do and stuff? So because your support system is taken so well, you try and do a lot of things.
Hmm.
Otherwise, when your
Postpone it.
whole family comes together and says, okay, we want you to go and ace this for us, it
Hmm.
means a lot.
Yeah, and that
When
that's
your
also
10-year
part of
son, sorry,
yeah.
when your 10-year-old son comes to you and says, okay, here is water for your show, here is everything, just do well. I think you're just like that, kid who's going to school for the first time.
Yeah. So, and one of the reason I've seen that I was born and brought up, around defense area. I stayed, spent most of my life in a defense colony, naval area. So I think this is part of any soldier, like soldier's family. They want spouses to be independent, because
Yeah.
they're out. They might go on to war. They're out in the ships. So वो एक डर रहता है, and they want their spouses to be sustainable अगर कुछ हो गया तो भी. I think that's there in that blood. And since most of the women over there and spouses are doing something or the other, uh, that gives that support system. I think that is also one of the reasons
Yeah.
this goes forward.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thinking makes a difference. You are right. If you want to make someone independent, you will push for it. You can't fake this,
Hmm. True.
and you can't teach this to anyone as well.
I agree. Yeah. So good, Sonia. Nice conversation, and you're doing a great job. As I mentioned, there are only few mentors who take time out, dedicatedly mentor. I've seen a lot of people just putting mentor in their LinkedIn account, but I've received a lot of times feedback, because I was coaching for almost 3 years for startups, and the common issue they find is, sir, unke paas time nahi hai. I've been done like weeks ago, months ago. So doing this dedicatedly, mentoring people, helping them on mental challenges, and helping them, go to the next level of the career is, definitely a voluntary job. For whatever time you're spending on this, even you're charging a fee, I think that will be a nominal just to have that respect for the time you're spending. But keep up that
No, I
great
think
job and keep going.
yeah, thank you. I'm not charging. The only message I want to give my friends through this is I've kept my door open for any kind of mentoring, coaching needs during these times, and that's absolutely free of cost. If I
Wow.
can cause difference to even one life, I'll find myself fortunate. I've been doing it. I've posted messages everywhere, and people have reached out. But just in case this goes to everyone, I'm absolutely available. And I feel, like you said, if you're passionate about something, you'll make time for it.
Cool. So thank you, Sonaji. So friends, you've heard about Sonia Sehgal. You know her better now. So just go through this particular video, and then you feel that connection, that you can confidently talk about your issues to her, reach out to her and take help. And that's so nice of you, Sonia ji. You're not charging anything during this particular pandemic. So all the best with whatever you're doing. Friends, again, this episode is all about connecting, having inspiring friends around you, people with passion. So thank you for joining. Thank you,
Thank you
Sonia
so
ji.
much. All the best.
Thank
Bye.
you.